Hi guys, this is a demonstration video of WHM Superb WP tools. So we are currently in cPanel on the user side, and this is what the user is presented with. So usual icons, as you can see, files, databases, etc. And when you install WP tools, it allows your users access to the app installer WP tools. Of course, WP is short for WordPress, and so I'll just be showing you very quickly first the app installer. The app installer comes with approximately a little bit more than 10 apps at the moment, and basically it's nearly one click in the sense that you can click on any one of these PHP applications and install it quite easily, just selecting which destination you'd like to install it and simply install. But I want to head over back to WP Tools section to explain some of the new developments. And as you can see, there's a lot of options available. Now, essentially, these options make it very easy for your users to manage their WordPress installations, and of course allows them to actually install WordPress. A lot of users are capable of doing it, but there are many users out there that have issues installing WordPress and doing certain updates, routine updates and so forth. And of course, this plugin helps both the user as well as the administrator to keep things in order, keep things a little bit secure. It really starts at scan for WP websites. Now, the idea of scanning for WP websites is that it will, if there's already an old version, or if there's any version of WordPress that has been installed by the user, they can actually use this to detect it. And this basically scans and updates the database so that WP Tools is aware of all the WordPress websites that was not installed with WP Tools. In this case, we don't have any installed right now. So in another video, I'll show you guys a little bit more on how to manage WordPress, but I just want to go through some of the options available. WP Website Diagnostics simply gives you information on whether WordPress installations are installed properly, and it looks for, you know, some errors that may come up. So basically it is sort of like a health status for your WordPress, and of course information is very similar as well to that. Now so you can actually force updating, clearing of the cache, WordPress cache, directly from the cPanel right here, instead of having to log into their WordPress website and then do the cache clearing. You can actually do cache clearing from here. It also allows new WordPress installations, and we have recently added actually WordPress staging, which pretty much means that you can develop a website in the staging process and then push it over to a live website and vice versa. So that's what installing staging WP means. It basically means that you install a staged version of WordPress that you do your development aspects on, and then you can do further things. For example, you can actually do staging pull and staging push. So what staging pull is that you can take a website that you currently have that's live and pull it into one of the staging WordPress sites. So I'll get into more details as we create another video with that, but I'm just explaining what's happening here. And it's kind of sort of similar with staging push, except staging push allows you to push from your development to your live website. Think of it as just having two websites. One is a development version and the other is the live version. And when you do your development stuff, after you're finished doing your development stuff, you just push it over to the live version so that all your users can see it. And of course, there's also updating the WordPress core, which means that instead of having to log in again into the admin system and clicking on update, the user can actually click on update WP core and update to the latest WordPress version. Similar idea is for the update WP plugins. It will update all the plugins to their latest versions, so basically keeping things as secure as possible and, you know, as up to date as possible. You can also reset the admin password directly from within the control panel. And this is something that a lot of WordPress users, you know, have challenges doing on their own. So this kind of makes it very easy, because if they lose their password, or for any reason their site is exploited in any way and they need to regain access, this does an excellent job of resetting the passwords for them. And we also have backup utilities as well installed. So basically you could back up the entire WordPress website, and this will back up both the files and the database, and it backs it up in no proprietary method. It just zips both up together so that you can use any, you don't have to actually use our system to restore it, unlike other systems that are out there that use proprietary methods. So basically this will take the WordPress files and the WordPress SQL statements and store it in one zip file, which you could then download and use it as you like it, as you see fit. Same thing, of course, is the restore WordPress website. What that will do is, obviously, if you make a backup, you use the restore WordPress website, restore it accordingly. And of course, as this, you know, you can download the backups, you can upload backups, and you can delete backups. So it's very simple, but very, very useful, especially if you are a web host, because as a web host company, you want to make these things as easy as possible so that users don't necessarily have to come to your support system all the time to get updates, because obviously support also, you know, has an overhead for you, and also the fact that users don't really like to wait very long to get support. So this sort of gives them you know, a bird's eye view and a master control of their own, so that they can, you know, do their own stuff and have it literally instantaneously, as opposed to having to wait for support to do these things. Now, WP Tools also comes with some, you know, some neat features, which is it can actually scan the database for any malware. And so you may see two scans. One is actually for the database, the other is for files. So this one will scan for files, and it also scans using antivirus engine, as well as it does its own proprietary scanning. And you can also protect a WordPress admin directory, which is also quite popular these days. A lot of people do it, but you know, they're afraid to edit files and so forth. So this kind of does that for them in an easier way. This adds an additional protection to that section, so that it's going to be double the protection to some degree. And you may be wondering what fixed WP domain is. Sometimes when you copy a website, a WordPress website, from one domain to another, the domain sticks with this website and causes an error. And this basically allows you to change that domain to the new domain, and so it saves a lot of time. Lastly, there is the fixed WP file ownership. Now, the file ownership, this fixes any issues that you may have. For example, sometimes when zipping or tarring a file, it stores the old ownership permissions, and so this will fix the ownership permissions according to the proper standards that cPanel requires, and that resolves certain errors. I would suggest you try the 14-day trial. It's fully featured, so you get to play around with it before actually deciding if you want to purchase it. But definitely, it's going to be good for the user, and also it also provides some really cool stuff on the WHM side of things, which is the administrator side. For example, you can actually force WordPress core updates. So if your users have out-of-date WordPress versions, you can actually force to update those right from within WHM. So we'll get into those things as we go along, and as we create more videos. Alright guys, so thank you so much. I know this video is pretty long. I really do appreciate your time, and hope to see you guys again soon.